What is going on, YouTube? This is Gavin Gavin Landy here with a third UFC news, rumor, and update video. I'm so sorry. I want to say I keep spumbling, and I keep saying mumbling, and I keep saying WWE news because I'm so used to doing that. But after Nate Diaz scored the biggest win of his career last night at UFC 196, when he submitted Conor McGregor in the second round of their fight, and that may have opened some doors. For him. According to UFC President Dana White, the former lightweight contender may now be in line for a title shot at 170 pounds. And I quote, "You know that it would make a lot of sense. This isn't the fight I'm talking about now. I'm just saying that him and Robbie Lawler make a lot of sense." And White said White to ESPN via Bloody Elbow. His brother beat Robbie, who is now the world champion, and Nate became the very, very popular last night. But fans have been conditioning to the UFC's rigid matchmaking style, and will surely raise an eyebrow at this idea with a huge win for Nate Diaz, and took a fight that took him place at 170 pounds. It's worth remembering that Diaz is primarily a 155-pound fighter who beat out the 145-pound champion. So Diaz's body of work is 170 pounds is relatively limited, and it would be out of the character for the UFC to slide for him at a title shot. Somebody like Stephen Thompson, Stefan Thompson, and Tryon Woodley, who said that the bout between Diaz and Lawler makes a great deal of sense for the business perspective, as White spelled out Diaz as likely to become an overnight star with his win over McGregor. But while hardened veteran has enjoyed a fan favorite status alongside his brother from former Strikeforce welterweight champion Nick Diaz, and inconsistent performances and contract disputes have halted his momentum over the recent years. So a title fight with Lawler would be a great way to capitalize on his newfound popularity. And to the lingering question about what fights the UFC can make to fill out UFC 200, and Lawler versus Diaz suddenly seems like a no-brainer. Obviously, anything White says about title fights calls for a spoonful of salt these days, which White acknowledges the uncertainty, saying, and I quote, "We'll see what happens, but for me to predict one of Diaz's brothers are going to do, who knows?" Still, this interesting and hard is not to wonder after even years can certified the needle mover status that Diaz is finally getting the star treatment that he deserves. So more updates on this as they become available. Subscribe.